So I've just been to Derby's Garden Centre. I thought I'd try it for a bit of Christmas shopping, but I won't be going back. I mean, I didn't go for Derby's particularly, I went for the shops around it, but there's nothing left in the place anymore. It's pretty rubbish. Then I walked in Holland and Barrett and 3 staff jumped on me, so I walked straight out. So here we are in Barlborough. It's got miners' welfare here. So I don't know if this brings back memories for anybody. My guess is there must have been a colliery here if there's a miners' welfare. Found a few pubs as well, and there's a few hidden gems as well by the looks of it. So I'm just walking on the main bit of town centre. It's got the Royal Oak pub there, and that looks alive. I think the other 2 pubs I've come across are both dead, and I'll show you one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Apollo. Now I'm sad to say, back in the early 90s I used to frequent the Roads. Sort of the last place on earth I go now, and the Roads is just up from here. And then you've got the Royal Oak here, so what I'll do is I'll stop and start the video when I find something which I find relevant and interesting. So here's another angle on the Apollo pub. There's not a light in sight, so I'm guessing it's got to be shut. Now there's a little bit of a high street here, but not much. I think it's like most little towns, they basically suck the life out of them. Got the post office still. That must have been a local pharmacy, but it's no more. We've got like what looks like an Indian over here. And then we've got a bit of green space here. An old-fashioned phone box, which I'm assuming is dead, which it is. Normally they turn them into book libraries and things like that. There you can see the kneelers. I don't even look open, but it probably is. What I'm going to do is I'll probably switch the video off again, just have a quick look down here and see if there's anything interesting down here, but there are a few gems I've got to go back to. So we've got something interesting here, Barlborough Walks. Really it's just to whet your appetite more than anything. I mean, I don't know a lot about it around here. There's a Barlborough Hall and I can show you a gatehouse, but I think that's now become a school. But I don't know if that's a real tree or not that's been set in concrete. It says down here Barlborough Springs Fishery, and then just here we've got Barlborough Heritage, a visitor centre which looks like it's shut. I don't know if there's an opening time on it anywhere. Well, it looks like they're trying to do a bit in the village, keep the spirit alive. So we'll get back down and see what else I can find. So just down the side of the Anila's Indian places, we've got Doreen's Garden open to the public. Just show you quickly. I'm sure it looks very different in summer to now. Here we have a nice memorial gate, and I'll just show you the sign on it. Quick sign telling you about the memorial hall just here, or memorial garden. So here we are at the Rose and Crown, and as you can see it's what's happening to all our pubs. It's funny, they didn't need to sell food in the past to make a living, did they? They sold alcohol. You didn't get food pushed down your throat when you used to come in a pub. That's why I won't go in pubs anymore. all you can do is smell other people eating food when you're going in for a drink. So that's another shut down pub. Somebody said it might be reopening, but it still says to let on it. Nice bit of memorial or cross in the middle. See what I can see on this. So the plaque was erected to commemorate the successful campaign to keep Barlborough in Derbyshire. So was that another land grab by Sheffield? Now this looks a bit like an old rectory to me. Another quick view of that cross, and then I've seen a gatehouse down here, so I'll just quickly show you the gatehouse. So we now have a gatehouse here for Barlborough Hall School, which would have been originally Barlborough Hall. So it's quite nice just there. I'm guessing that Barlborough was quite a farming community as well as mining, if it did have a colliery here. But if you're from Barlborough and I missed anything, please shout up and tell me more about your community. So this is clearly an old farm here that's no longer. Farm buildings are still here and somebody will probably be shortly converting it. Did notice something interesting. Little sign up here, Diana's Dirty Dogs. Same again. But that to me looks like an old rectory of some kind. It could be an old farmhouse. We'll get round to the church. I've seen some other buildings with plaques on them. So we're now on Church Walk now. When I drove in earlier to Doby's, I thought I'd pop in and film Barlborough before I went to Doby's, but it was really miserable. I thought I don't really want to film in such a bad light condition, and I've come back on the way back and it's half decent now. It's not perfect like, but you can at least see some blue sky now. And there were a load of people queuing outside the church on the way in. So it's St James's, Barlborough. I only know because I can see the sign inside the door. Just zooming up there. I've seen some other very interesting buildings on the other side that interest me more than churches, so I'm going to get across to them, but I just want to really show you the church as much as you can. If I can get a picture around the back, I'll take a quick picture around the back. So there's a pretty full view of Barlborough St James's Church, and not a great one for walking around graveyards. It's a bit too damp today to see if there's any graves with J's on. And what I've tended to find is that if a grave's early 1700s, it doesn't say 1700s, it says J700. So please explain what the J stands for on the gravestone. Some people say 1,000 years have been added to our timeline. So I'll just get across the road where it looks quite interesting across the road. So we're on the other side of the road from the church. It looks quite quaint on this side. See the church just up here. So some sort of insignia on that building, but I don't know if you can see it there. It's a bit broken, that. But what I noticed is this building here. On the side of it, I've just seen a blue plaque, and it tells you on that blue plaque what it's about. Well, that's Barlborough House there. And then I don't know what it is, but I do love this sort of building. Like a clock tower on top. And just here, 16th century town's well. I think there's a bit more around the corner. I saw something else, so I'll just pick up on that. So when I mentioned the old rectory earlier, there's actually a plaque there saying Rectory. Can't see a lot of it from there without prying in, but I think there's a bit more around the corner of interest. It's worth getting out into our villages and exploring them, because there's some absolute hidden gems. I don't bother showing you any housing after 1950. It really doesn't interest me. So we've got, this was an hospital of some kind by the looks of it. Now these houses, that's what I like. Quaint. It's actually a medical centre up there. I'm not really into medical centres. We're coming up to the roads. Just here. There's a roundabout. Barlborough Church Institute. Now, if I find anything else, I'll add it to the end of the video, because I'm sure I saw it somewhere else. And if I can't find it, it's the end of the video. It's well worth a bit of an explore. It's a bit of a job parking around here. I parked a bit further down, out of the way. I do like the Celtic crosses. So it's at the end of the video, I'll add something else on at the end. Just here we have the Rectory. So that must be the current Rectory. So I nearly missed a great little bit of architecture. Barlborough Methodist Church. As they say, they don't build them like that anymore. See a bit on the side, lovely curved windows. And a strange little thing on the top of it. What's that all about? Looks like an antenna on top. It's a bit strange. I can't find anything else out, but if you're from Barlborough and I missed any hidden gems, please tell me, and I'll come back on a summer's day. It's lovely to see that, And the video. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you give me a like, that'd be brilliant. Thank you.